Looking out on the
Morning rain. But this one's where Obama is. Blowing in spot.
When I knew I had to face another day, oh, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. You're the key to my peace of mind. You made me feel. You made me feel. You make me feel like a nurture woman. When my soul was in the lost and found, I could man came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me. Till this kid help me there. I'm no longer counting on what I'm living for. If I make you happy, I don't need you make me feel. You make me feel
talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood, the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench, because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
We live.
All the month. Way.
Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics. I'm Rabbit Jones.
And I'm Tony, the number one soul brother.
And this week you get the deep, detailed dive into politics from the hood point of view.
Hood point of view.
You know?
Because sometimes the hood point of view is a good point of view, you know what I'm saying?
HVP. There's a lot going on in the political world, for sure.
A little too much.
You know? From ads to people getting locked the fuck up.
Again and again and again and again.
It's going on, man.
This motherfucker got wants.
Yeah, I ain't never seen.
I don't see
like
it. I mean, I went through a period in life where I had wants, but I ain't had wants like he got wants. He got a new one every week.
It done turned into something, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This has gotten to be real crazy.
Yeah,
you got somebody running for president,
but they loving it, and they loving him, and don't believe he did, or don't believe or don't want to believe that he done nothing wrong.
First of all, he run for president. He got to go to. He got to turn himself in. I think 3 days from now or some shit.
It's 3 days now.
Oh my god!
Matter of fact, it's by Thursday because it's 2 days because he got the letter Sunday. Now that's a bad mofo that deliver a warning or a letter to tell you to turn your ass in 4 days on a Sunday. Bad mofo.
Bring your ass to
Bring
us.
your ass, or we gonna come looking for you. We gonna cuff you and stuff you. You know what I'm saying?
On a Sunday, nigga.
On a Sunday.
You know, niggas don't like getting locked up on the weekend.
Fuck no.
Stay in that bitch all weekend and shit.
Yeah, then you know, shit, it depends on when you get getting there on the weekend. You might gotta wait till Tuesday or Wednesday. Fuck no.
Not good.
You know, I like to, if I'm gonna get locked up, I like to get locked up early in the week. You know, then I can get there the next day or so.
No bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
That weekend shit's some bullshit.
That's some bullshit.
It's like you doing days for no reason because everybody want to go home and shit. Fuck that.
Especially if you in there for no reason and shit, and the motherfucker then lied on you, and somebody said you did something that you don't do, or you look like somebody that did it, and then they come and get you on a Friday or Saturday or Sunday, and you got to stay in there for days at a time, because it's the weekend when mofos get drunk and start cutting up.
It's the weekend for sure.
For shit's
And
over.
right now, the Sanchez
Oh my God.
is about 45 behind.
45.
I
50.
think it's time for him to pack it up, my nigga.
Look, right now, unless something happen, I don't know what could be to make them think otherwise. The Republican Party race is over. This dude already, he not gonna show up for he talking about he might not show up for the first debate. He shit, he might not show up for the first debate. He don't care. He done called the special prosecutor a crackhead. He just what? He just going off on everybody. Dude just don't care. And he's still 50, almost 50 points ahead of the person in second place. If he is 50 points, almost 50 points ahead of the person in second place, which is DeSantis, what chance do any of the other ones have?
Yeah, right now, the national polls, they got Trump 55, Sanchez 19.
Great day in the morning.
And then everybody else. Pence at 1, like everybody else at 1. Haley 1. Everybody else 1. So it's basically, if somebody don't take him head on right now, right the fuck now, stop being fucking scared.
But you got that with
this shit is over.
You got
Christie is not a person to do it because he sucked his dick for too long.
Okay, then DeSantis ain't gonna do it.
So you need.
Then ain't none of them gonna do it.
Well, Pence can't do it because Pence sucked his dick.
Nikki Haley can't do it because she did.
She was sucking his dick.
The only one.
Haley Pence.
The only one
Hutchinson. Hutchinson at 0. He probably don't even get in no fucking debate.
Right. And the thing about it
and
is,
if Tim Scott don't do something, he ain't gonna make it no debate. I don't know. Matter of fact, him and Christie is in the debate.
Okay, so he made the 40%. Or the 40, the
threshold, whatever
the
they
threshold
got.
is 40% or something.
Because Christie in the debate, Scott in the debate, Haley in the debate, Pence in the debate,
well, everybody in the debate,
Sanchez and Trump.
Okay, everybody in it then. So it's about who gonna show up.
And who's
Ramaswamy?
Who the fuck is that?
Man, we talked about Ramaswamy on here a couple weeks ago when Ramaswamy had moved up to third place at one time. Where he at now?
In third now.
Okay, he's still in third because he jumped out there kissing Trump ass and he moved up.
He had Pence and Haley.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You got these people coming out of nowhere now. You know damn well ain't nobody gonna vote
20.
You know damn well in the Republican Party they ain't overwhelmingly voting for nobody named Ramaswamy.
It ain't gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen.
This is looking ugly, yeah.
Right, because
you're right. This is.
I was looking at something today.
It's gonna be two older statesmen running for president. Right,
and you got and what happened? What happened when Trump ran the first time in 2016? He woke up the racist wing of the party. And the racist and bigoted wing of the party is taking over. I mean, look at this shit that's going on. I don't think he meant
to do that. Oh yeah, he ain't give a fuck though.
You got a mofo out there calling black people, colored people on the floor of the Senate or the floor of the House. You got this. It's just so much going on, and it's just so much that. I'm not gonna say we was past. It is so much that we thought we was past in this country. You thought that some of the shit that's going on now, you thought that we had outgrown that shit because it is a generation between the civil rights movement and this new generation. So it's a generation between. So you would think that a lot of that would have been done and over with, but it's just as bad as ever because now you got, and I'm gonna say it's even worse because back then you had outward racism was the dominant was a dominant form of racism. It was, they put it out there, but now you got it's they coming at you both ways. They coming at you with straight up racism and bigotry, and then you still got the systemic racism and the hidden bigotry and the motherfuckers that's they bigots, but don't want nobody to know. And so it's
then you're gonna get people, man, there's gonna be a lot of voters that's gonna vote for him but not gonna say they did.
Right.
So I don't know where it's gonna be at the end. But when you have somebody that's running, that's basically halfway in the jail and halfway out, it's just, I never seen no shit like this before in my life.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he will be nominated by this party, regardless of what happens. If he just stay out of jail,
regardless,
until they vote, he will be the nominee. That's some crazy shit, bro.
But see,
I don't know now. I just think Sanchez is gonna end up fucking dropping it. Like I told y'all from the beginning. Y'all already know. I told y'all Tim Scott was my dark horse from the beginning.
Yeah,
if motherfucker DeSanchez drop out, everything gonna shift. They're not gonna go to Haley. They don't have no other choice.
Haley,
but to go to Tim Scott and hope
Haley is in there.
He hang in there.
Yeah, but see,
after that is over.
When we talked about that about a month ago, and my thing is this: I don't see a party that is right now being dominated by racists and bigots. I don't see a party that's being dominated by people like that, making Tim Scott, then making a black man their nominee. I just can't see it.
To beat, what if it looked like he could beat Biden? You really don't think people will vote for them so Biden will be out? Come on, man.
Look,
whoever the Republican nominee, they don't give a fuck.
Look,
and they hope he is black so they can start acting like he Obama or something.
Nah, he ain't no Obama.
Y'all know that for sure.
Not in it. Look, it's like this.
Right now, this race looking bad. Trump is gonna be the nominee.
Yeah, Trump will be the nominee.
There's nothing that can happen. My dark horse is Tim Scott, though. I just think somewhere along the line he's gonna be a problem. Or vice president. Whatever will go first.
Now I can see that. Because that was a topic of conversation. That was a topic of conversation today. That it's a lot of them. They out there. They're not going at Trump, and they're not bringing the heat to Trump like Christie, because all of them know that none of them gonna beat Trump. So all of them is fighting to be.
They're not really trying. Yeah.
Yeah, and they fighting to be vice president. But but I ask you, and it could be, because he could think
be the only one left.
He could, but
DeSanchez is dropping.
I believe he already know who he wants as his running mate.
Sanchez shit gonna drop next week. He ain't gonna have no money to do nothing.
Because he was talking, today it was another conversation was how when Trump, if Trump gets this victory in the next election, is how he wants to reshape the presidency and add more power and bring more power to the presidency by having only Trump loyalties in all the positions. I mean, what he mean by that is he's not caring about experience. He don't care who's qualified. He don't care who's good or nothing. All he he's gonna put in position, in cabinet positions, in motherfucking nominees to the courts and all this stuff is people who have been loyal to him. And I don't think if that's the criteria, I don't think none of them that's running against him at this point meet that criteria. And I think he already knows, and he got people, his people, like his co-defendant, his people that's loyal to him regardless. And them the people he gonna put in these positions, And all I can say about that is God help us all.
He learned one thing about the vice presidency. He need him. So I don't. That's the only thing might hold Tim Scott out because he wants somebody that's real fucking loyal. Just won't turn
Right.
in the end. Like you remember, Pence, he feel like Pence turned on him in the end because he could have saved his presidency.
Right.
That what he think mentally.
Right.
So the next person might be somebody right out of his asshole.
But see, he needs somebody as his vice president,
like
you saying,
somebody that's right up his ass.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Greene.
And that's the
Conway. What's that bitch? Conway.
Kellyanne Conway.
She up his ass too. He can't even get her ass out of his ass.
Right.
And she risked her husband for that shit for this nigga.
But no bullshit. She like
God damn.
But yeah.
Who else?
It's a Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's
there's some motherfucking dudes that be talking on Fox too that was really stay up his ass. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
he know those
Sean
people
Hannity.
Too. Yeah. Oh, Hannity. God damn, I forgot about him too.
I know.
He gonna be press. He doing a
press
secretary or some shit.
Yeah, he doing a town hall with Hannity tonight too. I can see if I can find some of that shit when I get.
That's
back.
crazy.
It's gonna look. Tim Scott is he's more of a moderate. He's a moderate Republican. He's not so all the way far right. Everybody that this dude is gonna put in positions if he wins the election next year, the people that he's going to put in these positions are going to be so far right from the vice presidency on down, and that's his running mate.
That's important to most
his
black people
mate
in America, bruh, because this is the reason why now you can't get abortions. Our hour just passed a 6-week abortion. I mean, you got to really find out within 6 weeks.
Right.
First of all, you're pregnant, and whether y'all want to get rid of it or not. Hurry the fuck up.
And you know the shit DeSantis already did in Florida, and now they ask him would he do that and do this pass a 6-week ban for the country as a whole? Is he
6
president?
weeks is tight.
Yeah,
most females don't find out.
Don't even
past
know
6 weeks.
You out here. Some females don't find out till their first trimester is up.
Fuck yeah.
You be like, what?
And you just can't do nothing. It's just out. You can't do nothing. That's
right.
It.
You can't. Then you done. We
like,
have
that's crazy. What if that risk your life having babies and you find out past the 6 weeks? That's fucked up. They don't care
because it was just a incident or a situation like that where the lady, she was pregnant, and if she carried the baby to term, it was a chance she might not live.
Mm-hmm.
And her doctor told her, but he wouldn't perform the procedure, or nobody in the state would perform the procedure to basically save her life.
Yeah, everybody don't know
because they were scared. They were scared that if they did it, they was going to jail.
Exactly.
And you cannot have a situation where doctors are fearful or scared to do something that could save a person's life over fear of them going to jail. But they're not going to jail.
Exactly.
You know?
And I just think, man, this is crucial. It was a reason because he loaded up the Supreme Court with people that just want to get rid of abortion, bro. That's just the bottom line. That's why your vote count as black people and poor people in general. Now, Tony just brought up something, so we're gonna tap into motherfucking the Orange Demon Fox on the ass nigga that's up his ass further than anybody can be up anybody's ass.
Anybody?
Sean Hannity. Let's check it. This
obviously, cocaine in the White House 10-day investigation. They literally interviewed nobody. Okay, investigation's over. Would that have happened in your White House?
Well, listen to this. Even you mentioned the beach home. Well, the beach home had all these documents in it, right? It was by the Corvette. They're on the floor, classified documents.
No, that's not the beach home. The beach home was another place they found.
This is also the beach home. And they had the Corvette, where they had the Corvette. Yeah. And a tremendous amount of payment was made for that home by somebody to Joe Biden. And it was a big story for about one day, and then you don't hear about it anymore. It's incredible. But when you look at the documents all over the place, whatever happened to that one? They go after me on documents, and I have the Presidential Records Act, which is a big deal. And the Presidential Records Act is an act. Thank you.
Why weren't their
They know
homes
better
raided?
than anybody else.
Why weren't their homes raided?
Well, let me just tell you, I'm protected by Presidential Records Act, and they come up with this obscure, crazy theory, a madman theory. This guy is a deranged prosecutor who's had tremendous failures all over the place. He's a nasty, horrible human being. They come after me. Now Biden has many thousands. I mean, he's got 2,000, almost 2,000 boxes of documents. They can't get to him because the college or whatever that has him doesn't want to give him. And he probably told the college. But more importantly, China gives millions of dollars to UPenn. That's where he has some. He's got them all over the place. And maybe worst of all, he's got documents in Chinatown. Many, many documents, boxes of documents. You don't ever hear about this. All you hear about is Trump. And I'm totally covered by the Presidential Records Act and also by the Clinton socks case. You know what that is? That's where Clinton took out tapes in his socks and he put them in his drawer. And they sued him just on a very civil basis. And he ended up winning the lawsuit. And the judge said he can have whatever he wants. And that's called the Presidential Records.
What about Sandy Berger shoving?
We'll come back to that joint in a second. As you can see, the leading contender in the Republican Party is having a town hall on, guess what?
Facts.
His ass kissing station. Don't have nothing to do. I don't even begrudge that. You're gonna go on the station and everybody gonna kiss your ass. You're gonna do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So our problem is Sean Hannity not answering no real fucking questions, baby. Now we from the hood, we got better questions than that dumb shit you just did. All right. We got a lot of questions for this orange demon, baby. And you neglected to even answer anything that means any fucking thing to anybody. Now, we get it. It's live. You might not got to it yet. We're gonna tune back in later. But so far, you're bullshitting.
Yeah,
what you think, Tony?
Oh, what I think. See, it's easy to do what they're doing because Fox News got a specific audience. They got a specific audience, a white ring audience, and they're a loyal audience. And they'll believe anything that you tell them. So, and they don't go get their news from nowhere else either. So that's
a problem too.
They don't try to verify or, to see what the other side thinking, or they don't do nothing, but they go straight Fox News. And I even got so I'll try to watch a few minutes or so of it if it's a topic, I know we're going to discuss, especially. And they'll, like today, I'm gonna tell you today, for instance, the big news today and the news that was being covered by every news outlet is Trump is the letter that was sent by the special prosecutor to Trump this Sunday about him being targeted, that he probably is going to be indicted for January 6th. Now, MSNBC, NBC News, CNN, and everybody else in the world was covering that. So I decided to flip over to Fox News to see what they were covering. They wasn't covering the news, the news about Trump and this probably gonna get indicted in this new case. They was off on Hunter Biden. They was off on anything. They was off on some local news they was off on everything but that. And see,
I'm curious, why would they bring up Hunter Biden when he's not running for anything? He never was anything. And they bring that up when somebody bring up the charges of Trump. It's like, what are you talking about Hunter Biden for?
That's because they're trying to make it out. They're trying to make it out to make Joe Biden a crook. So you're going to tell me this man been in office, I believe, since 1972, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's a weak argument. Yeah.
If from 1972 on, I got the date wrong, get me right. But since the early 70s till now. And nobody never questioned his character. His crook was never associated with him. Shady was never associated with him. And so on and so on and so forth. Now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, okay, his son, whatever was on the board of bereavement, whatever, he got a bonus or whatever. And you trying to make it out that, well, it was nepotism. It was nepotism that he got him on the board and he got $5 million here and there, whatever. Okay. But the argument don't hold no water, because if you want to go on nepotism and somebody's family making money, how the hell did Ivanka become a senior advisor to her father when he was in the White House? What the fuck did she advise a president on? How did his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, become a senior advisor who also, what, he got $2 billion from the Saudis, which nobody ever brings up?
True.
All this money he got from the Saudis. For what? What did he do? How in the hell are you a senior advisor in the White House? You're an advisor in the White House. You're working in the White House for the president, but yet the Saudis just give you, for whatever reason, $2 billion. I don't get that.
I was gonna get the bringing up the son shit. It's
Right.
Like,
The son is not, he's not running.
It doesn't make any sense. Man.
Okay.
But they bring him up a lot in Congress
right.
too.
Oh, he's a drug addict.
Yeah.
Oh, the coke they found in the they wanted that coke they found in the White House to be Hunter Biden's coke so bad.
And then what do you think? Let me guess. Biden smoking it or doing something? This nigga 80-something years old, bro. Y'all got a problem with his age, one hand. Then you're gonna say he doing drugs on the other hand. You can't be doing. Y'all make your mind up what you gonna do here. You know what I'm saying? Can't be 81 and snorting coke and too old. Make your mind up, bro.
Look at.
You can't just do everything now.
Look at what's
going on, yeah.
It's like they throwing shit against the wall to see what stick.
Now I want to know: do you think he too old? Does aging matter to you? Is he too old? Most Democrats right now feel like they fucks with him. They like everything he did. Just the only thing wrong with him is his age. So what you think?
Would I like to see a younger president? Yes. But you name me somebody that's younger that can get the work done that he got done.
Sure.
You know, it's younger don't necessarily mean better, because I don't see nobody out there. Well, I'm gonna put it like this. There hasn't been a president in the last 50 years or more, or probably more, way longer than that has got the amount of things done in a 2-year period, a 2.5-year period that this president has done. And he got a long list, and the list keeps growing. So is he too old? Maybe in some people's mind, but age don't mean shit if he can get out here and he's not going around the country, he's going around the world. Because you can see what he just did with NATO. You can tell me that 50-year-old, a 40-year-old, a 60-year-old is one out there that could do better right now? Because if it was, he'd have been nominated, he'd be president. So I don't think he's too old, because he's still effective. It's not like he's old. It's not like he's 80 years old and he's not an effective president who's getting work done. He's 80 years old, he's effective, and he's getting work done.
He actually gonna be 82 when he start running, when he actually be president again. If he
okay, wins. And he'll be 82,
Yikes.
Effective and getting work done.
Which brings us to the tweet of the week.
Right. Yeah.
Trump
Jr. His punk ass.
You want to take the honors of this?
Yeah, let me take this. The tweet of the week started. Well, it started like this. Donald Trump Jr. put out a tweet that Biden should be in a nursing home, not leading the free world. And the tweet of the week is this reply.
The tweet of the week
is the reply. You got
me personally, bro. I don't think age is a problem until he dead.
Right.
Because long as, like you just explained everything. He doing everything. So it's just irrelevant to me until the day y'all tell us he ain't wake up or some shit like that.
Right.
God forbid.
Right.
But it's his age. Whenever that happens, I okay. But up until then, I seen a lot of, like right now, you got Bill Parcells in fucking NFL. What is he? He got to be close to 80, and nobody telling me he too old.
Yeah.
They told him he gonna win the Super Bowl if he get the right pieces.
Shit,
you know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker Pete Carroll older than
Pete Carroll. These niggas old, bruh.
But
and you talking about a grind and whine of a professional athlete, football. Come on, it's the same thing.
So this is the reply that is the retweet of the week. It's from Call to Activism. And Call to Activism replied to this garbage. It says to John Jr., the little Trump who couldn't. While you seem to have inherited your father's talent for firing off tweets, you unfortunately also receive his inability to develop coherent thoughts. First, Joe Biden is only 3 years older than your father. That means your father is old. Second,
who replied to this?
Call to Activism. Okay. But see, that means your father's old. Second, I am going to admit it. President Biden might be old, but your father is deranged. Your father is cruel. Your father is dishonest. Your father is malignantly narcissistic. Your father is disloyal to country. Your father is cultish. Your father is ignorant. Your father is an authoritarian. Your father is corrupt.
There was only one tweet.
Yeah, and it's more.
Damn.
Your father is corrupt. Your father is lawless. I'll take old over all that bad in a heartbeat. Now, about you. He's talking to Don Jr. here. You continue to prove that intelligence is nowhere to be found in your DNA. It's truly amazing how someone can inherit so much and still accomplish so little. It's amazing how
damn, this is actually a tweet, bro.
Yeah.
The reply to something?
Yeah, this is the reply to this tweet you got on.
This long?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's truly amazing how someone can inherit so much and still accomplish so little. It's amazing how after all these years of your father barely giving you a second glance, you're here every day while desperately clinging on to your dad's coattails like a toddler at the mall. While you continue to bask in the inherited privilege of your last name, pretending to be the voice of the people, you are nothing more than a misguided megaphone for your father's ego. Dang. Your father will never love you. Give it up and keep my president's name out of your staggeringly stupid mouth. And that's the tweet of the week.
I know goddamn well Donald Trump Jr. blocked whoever fuck replied to that with that longer tweet. He definitely blocked him ASAP.
Yes. And called that. And that's what you call putting a mofo in his place.
Ah, my goodness. Welcome to the party.
Uh-oh, there you go.
A law in chief. Man of the hour, my man Captain Lawrence Hunter. What's going on, player?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I don't know if you're following so far. You know what I'm saying? We touched a few topics here.
I caught I caught that long tweet. Yeah.
Good God Almighty.
Yeah,
it was a long one.
I don't know if you know. I want to know how you feel about Biden age. Is that a factor, or is that anything you thinking about?
Generally, I'm not really an ageist, but I think he's having some issues, and I think that it might be time for him to just kind of step aside there,
Right now?
Oh no. I mean, not not run again. So
not
I,
running.
I don't think I don't think he'd win again. Quite honestly, I don't think he'd win again.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. You don't think he should run this cycle?
Coming up, right?
Yeah,
right. I don't think that he would win. I don't think he would win. So I think the Democrats are kind of in a mess here with the economy and all that. So
okay.
Yeah, but the economy is smoking.
Tony?
I'm saying the economy is smoking. You got unemployment at 3%.
Wait. Repeat that.
You got unemployment at 3%.
You heard that, Cap?
You got
I heard him. I heard him.
inflation that's decreasing.
Hmm.
You know, the Bidenomics is getting work done. I mean,
the jobs. What 300,000 jobs last month?
something like that.
I don't know, Cap. What are we talking about here?
Listen,
Well, you basically at full employment, bro.
Okay. Listen, I haven't looked at the latest numbers.
Disagree with that. 97% employment.
Is that what it is? I mean, I can't believe that. I can't believe that those numbers. So I think that those numbers are often incorrect, right?
See,
how many people are actually looking for work? How many people are actually giving up on work, right? So how many? So that becomes a factor, right? It's one thing to say that there's a great number of people working, but how many people are looking? How many people have given up? We know that particularly males are not entering college, not entering the workforce, and this is a problem. This is a big problem. So we have to kind of figure out all that kind of stuff.
See that I understand. I understand when people say stuff like that, right? But at the end, we all got to agree with something. You can't just say the unemployment at 3%, but, you know what I'm saying? When it's at 10, 11, 12, you agree with it. You're saying we in crisis, right? So when it's at 2, 3, you got to acknowledge that too. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that ain't happening right now. Now, if you don't agree with the fact that it's 3% and you don't agree with how they get to the number itself, that's understandable. But if you at 8, 9, we all agree we have a problem, right? You at 10, 11, 12, we all agree it's an issue, right? If you had 2, 3, that means 97%, let's say 95%, if you throw the numbers off, right? Is employed, right? That's not a bad economy. I don't understand. You feel me? Do you want 100% employment?
I am not an economist, so I don't
think 100% is possible.
Yeah, I don't think 100% is possible either. But I'm not an economist, so I just read what other people write, and when they say, even with those numbers that you said, okay, if it's 10, 11, we kind of go with those numbers. That's a valid point. But how many of those? Still, at the same time, are all those people not all of them, but a majority of people still in those positions looking for work? If they are actively looking for work, gainfully employed types of work, then that becomes an issue because they can't get work. If the economy is now low at 3% and they are not looking for gainfully employed work, right? They'd rather sit home and play video games versus become a barista. Then that's not the same thing.
Yeah, so, I give you that. There's some people out there like that, but you can't just say that's percentage. That's like millions and millions.
Well, that's the question. What is the percent? What is the actual true number?
I say if it's 1% of people that just play the game.
No,
I'll say living off somebody that's working.
It's more than that.
You know what I'm saying? Because we had 97%. Somebody in the house working. That's why you're sitting there playing the game.
Well, right? They might still be collecting unemployment checks, disability, or something along those lines. Maybe the parents are working. Maybe the girlfriend is working, supporting their video game habits. So there's a lot of different factors in it. And all I do is read it. I don't really. I'm not an economist. I think it's all a shell game. Quite honestly, we don't know the actual numbers of people who want to work, who are working. I do know that there's a dearth of young men in particular who'd rather stay home than enter the workforce.
Oh yeah, that's always. That's always there.
Well,
sure. But we always when we heard the numbers, right?
Right.
We knew it was a crisis or not. We took those numbers by heart. But when the mother told us it was 12% unemployment, we felt it.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? America felt it. People felt it. Your friends felt it. Everybody you knew felt it. Feels like 12% for real. Yeah, we get it. You know what I'm saying? So when it's 2-3, you can't just deny those numbers now. You know what I'm saying? Once that thing, you can't get to 100. So we had 97% employment. I say you can get maybe one more percent at the most.
You'll never get to 100 because you got.
So where's the?
Not only do you got some people. Not only do you got some people that don't want to work. You got some people that
force nobody to get out there.
And you got some people that can't work. You got some people that are disabled.
Got jobs for those people.
Yeah. Now
there's jobs opportunities for those people.
No, I'm talking about you got some people that just can't. They.
Oh, I got you.
And can't work. Can't do anything. Yeah. So. And even though, it's young people like that, you got some people that's mentally messed up in the head and they can't work. Yeah. So you're never going to get.
That's why you won't get 100 ever. Yeah. But I don't know. I think, like I said, his age is no problem until he's dead. Right? He's still the same person. He's still doing the same shit. It's just irrelevant, really. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like he's walking in a wheelchair. Ain't like he got diagnosis on his arm or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like he got a bag where he can breathe.
Did have
he just
we did have a president who was in a wheelchair. I forgot which one.
But I'm saying he not.
So
if he walking around,
he's still globetrotting.
Going overseas. What'd he do? He did something with the NATO joint the other day.
Yeah.
Sealed that thing up with I think Korea. Hey, you gotta give Korea credit, bro, for that little state to let Russia. And they still fighting to this day.
Are you talking about
You gotta give them credit.
Oh yeah, they handling business.
I mean, they invaded that joint thinking this was going. Not. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
You made me forget the name of the people.
What I call them?
You called them Korea.
No. I said Croatia. What is it? What is it, Cap?
Who are you talking about? I don't.
Russia invaded.
Ukraine.
Ukraine,
right? Yeah. That's a small. You know what I'm saying? It's a small country. The fact they still fighting is crazy.
That's just.
Well, they got a lot of U.S. weapons, a lot of NATO weapons there. So I mean, you can keep them at bay.
But it wasn't in the beginning.
Oh,
but it is now.
Hold on. If you say they got a lot of U.S. weapons, who gets credit for that then?
Who sent them over there?
Who gets credit for that? I don't know, Cap. Who gets credit for that?
Trump and Biden. Trump and Biden, because Trump sent them some stuff before he left office. So
Korea, I mean,
Ukraine, he did. He sent them some kind of missiles or missile launches or some shit before he left office. So he did do that. Uh-oh. So you give him a little bit of, but he still sided with Putin. But to me, that just goes to show you my point all along, that the Russian military ain't what you thought it was.
It ain't that. Like he just said, they got help from NATO and America. Oh shit. They got help from NATO and America. Yeah. That would made it where they can last this long.
Yeah. All they did was they gave them weapons to basically even up the fight.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Russia right now, Putin is fucked, right? They starving. The army itself is retreating on certain areas and certain points in the line.
And some turned on them.
They're getting to the point where they trying to run a coup. His country is fucked, bro.
Yeah.
All because he invaded his country.
But see, that is one of the
reasons. I'm gonna tell you, people got to give credit to the president, bro. Because if he didn't step in and let them do what the hell they wanted the whole time, they would have been invaded this joint. Took over this country. You know that?
Yeah.
They would have been had this country long time ago, bro.
But
they still alive though, bro. You gotta give them credit. They still cranking. You know what I'm saying? Drones too. Drones helped them a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Because the ground game was more Russian. Russia running with tanks and all that shit from 90s and 80s, right? And America supplied them with the up-to-date drones and all that good shit. They can peek people out and with low casualty rates. You know what I'm saying? Which is got him to this point, be honest with you. You know? Cap, you gotta give him credit though. You ain't gonna give him credit though, Isha.
No, I give him credit. Yeah, I think that was the right move. I definitely think there was the right move.
Yeah, because I think it'd been over by now.
They would have ran over him. Yeah, they would have ran over.
But I don't know if y'all know. Y'all watch football or college football now, right? But Northwestern college football. Oh, you don't know if you heard about this, Cap?
I didn't.
Okay. You heard about this one?
Yeah, the hazing. The hazing incidents.
So we got an incident where they already fired the coach in Northwestern, right? It's an investigation into hazing incidents, right? Now, Cap, I don't know. You been to college?
I didn't stay. I went to college kind of online when I was working. I didn't go.
Okay.
I went to a community college, like commuting, but I didn't stay on campus.
So most colleges, athletic parts of them got hazing in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I thought they stopped that years ago, though.
Yeah, they supposed to when all that other garbage was going on with the hazing.
Yeah, that was a problem 15, 20 years ago. I thought they had stopped that.
Nah, they ain't stopping. So Northwestern College, which is a big college now. It ain't like it's a small college in college football. They have 15 black players right now. 15, I think it's 15 to 30 players who filed a class action lawsuit against the school for racial slurs hurled to them, sexual abuse. Now, my thing is, how can grown men be sexually abused in a football field? But it's easy to think about it. Is let's say you on a football team and you're a rookie, right? And the thing is, if you fuck a player, you got to do X, Y, Z once you get in the locker room. I mean, this is what goes on in some of these locker rooms where everybody is attuned to what's happening. You feel me? Now, some of these allegations got them naked on the floor. I don't know what grown man.
That's going too far.
I don't know what grown man gonna just go through it.
Because that's going too far because what I know to be the acceptable forms of hazing is like, you know, if you like when you're a rookie in the NFL, you're a rookie on college campus, you got to carry like carry the veterans or the seniors, you carry their equipment around, or they might take you to the goal posts or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just got to a point where it just went too far. They want to beat the hell out of people. They want sexually assault. What makes you want to?
I mean, it's different for different campuses.
I just don't get it.
Different campuses do different things. You know what I'm saying? Carry helmets, stuff like that. Or I don't know. Northwestern was make you get naked.
I'm not getting that.
And another thing is making the black people change their hairstyles too, right? So of course,
no, that's not that. No, we're not gonna do that. I'm saying me personally, we're not gonna.
But
do that.
But they was making them change their hairstyles, cut their hair off, cut their locks off, cut their dreads off. So that was going on. They was making them get naked if they fuck a player. So when they come in the locker room, they gotta get naked and crawl around.
But was you naked when you fucked the player?
I think that might be the sexual abuse. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that might be the sexual abuse. You know, but I'm gonna let y'all listen to a little bit of the news joint so we can get a real understanding of where I'm here.
Some vile, inhumane behavior by teammates. The player claims the hazing involved coerced sexual acts, and Coach Fitzgerald might have known about it. He describes a practice known as running, which starts off with upperclassmen wearing masks and restraining freshmen in a dark locker room to punish them for on-field mistakes. He says this happened during training camp and around the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays under the guise of team bonding. Another alleged act involved forcing freshmen to strip naked, then bear crawl across the floor. The article says a second player confirmed the details. A former inspector general of Illinois who began investigating in December concludes there was evidence to support the claims. She writes in her summary, there was not sufficient evidence that the coaching staff knew, but there had been significant opportunities to discover the conduct. Friday, the university suspended Fitzgerald for 2 weeks. Northwestern's president says, however, upon reflection, I believe I may have erred in weighing the appropriate sanction for Coach Fitzgerald. In determining an appropriate penalty for the head coach, I focused too much on what the report concluded he did not know and not enough on what he should have known. A letter signed by the entire Northwestern football team defends Fitzgerald, saying Fitzgerald was not involved in any way, shape, or form. It is disheartening to see that the allegations brought forth against our team have been exaggerated and twisted into lies. These fabrications have been made with the intention of harming our program and tarnish the reputation of our dedicated players and coaching staff. Fitzgerald, who played for Northwestern, has been head coach since 2006. After taking the Wildcats to the Big Ten championship game twice in 3 years, he received a 10-year contract extension in 2020.
All right. So we all got a basis of what the hell was happening there. What do you think, Cap?
I think it's absolutely terrible, and I agree that he should have known. It's not what you do, what you do know. You should have known. And turning a blind eye and letting players do what they're supposed to do is unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and you gotta know what's going on in your facilities, on your watch, on your on the field, in the locker room, in the showers. You got to know what's going on with your people. If one of them would have died, it would have been your fault. And just because it's a lesser type of crime, if you will, that this hazing incident doesn't excuse you or recuse you from any responsibility. So I agree. 2 weeks wasn't good enough. He should be fired. He should send a strong message throughout all the coaching communities.
Days after that. So I don't know. I just think more than him should be fired. That's just the coach. A lot of people should know about this.
I think
the equipment managers, everybody got to know this happened, bro.
I think the coaching staff, and it should move up to an athletic director, because after some of the other hazing incidents that we know of, and some that turned deadly.
Exactly.
And then you had the garbage that went on at Penn State. If you're a coach, you're an athletic director, if you hear of anything like this, you're supposed to shut that shit down immediately. You're supposed to shut it down. And whoever's involved supposed to be off the team. You cannot, this day and age, you cannot let that happen. So
walk around naked? Who the hell?
Right.
The fuck?
So whoever, he should have been fired. I would take it all.
The coach got to go. He had to know something.
Whole coach, I'm sending his staff up out of there. Them students that's involved, they off the team. They're off the team and they out the school.
I think I cleared that whole team out just to make sure I got everybody. To be honest with you, it's just like that's just over the top.
Because you can't. You
gotta get everybody. I think everybody know. You can't do this.
Everybody knew. Everybody knew. Yeah.
So
I just think you just got to get everybody.
Now,
clear that thing.
How did they filed a lawsuit, right? Did they go to anyone within the organization, the athletic director? Did they go to anyone above the coach or anything? Did they go to the coach? Do we know any of that? You still got this dude's face on me, this attorney.
No, you talking about he went to
the
head of the
Benjamin
Northwestern, right?
Right. Did they go to
they went through all that, yeah.
Okay, then if they went to all those people, then they all need to go. The head of the president of Northwestern, the athletic director, anyone else that was in that organization, the Northwestern should go. They all should go.
So it was a whistleblower. Everybody don't know. They never revealing his name or anything. He snitched on everything. Now everybody's corroborating that joint. So they got a class action lawsuit. And now they got Ben Crump. Now, anybody don't know who Ben Crump is, right? He's a civil rights attorney. They were going around the country solving our black issues. You know what I'm saying? And he be in the middle of a lot.
He's in the middle of a whole.
What was the last one he did? He did. I think he won that joint too. It's a shooting in Atlanta, right?
That's the last one.
He be all over it. Ben Crump. Anybody don't know? Look up Ben Crump. He's a civil rights attorney. Now, he's been hired now by the Northwestern football players, the black Northwestern football players, class action lawsuit against the college. So, to me, I think this is huge now, right? Once you involve a high, you know what I'm saying? What's that called when you this big a motherfucking lawyer?
High profile.
That joint. When you that, and they bring you in for this, come on, bro. Now, he was on motherfucking case when man got shot in his back. what's man got choked. He been called around the country lately, right?
He's everywhere. He's here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, so hey, something gonna pop off. This is my man right. Ben Crump. I don't know if you know about Ben Crump, Cap.
I've heard of him. Yeah, I've heard of him.
He was just in Atlanta when they did
the
the police shooting and thing joint.
Yeah, he's been around a lot. Yeah, I agree.
Lately, he been.
If I get in trouble, I would call Ben Crump.
I think too. Yeah, because they got to the point. At this point, yeah.
I need help.
He the new Johnny Cochran for real.
Yeah.
You remember everybody wanted Johnny Cochran from one point. He was solving issues like a month. But you get into an issue with the police or something like Cap, you and Cap get into it. You just call Big Crump real quick to straighten this thing out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, everybody check out Big Crump. Look him up, man. He's a civil rights attorney, man. I got big respect for him because he been solving a lot of issues around our country right now. Police shootings and all that good stuff.
Everything.
Hell day. Fuck yeah. Now this week right here, Crump. I mean, damn, I'm about to call you Crump.
Hey, if I could get his money, that'd be great.
Right.
Big Crump.
Right.
But every week, man, we check out black women in history. You know what I'm saying, though? I think you've been on one time we did a Black Lady of the Week. You know what I'm saying? But this week right here, we our Black Lady of the Week will be Aretha Franklin. You know what I'm saying? That
Queen of Soul.
Chain. Yeah, no doubt. Now, first of all, y'all heard at the beginning of this podcast when she came on. Did you watch that when it actually happened?
Yep.
So you at the time, did you feel it the way it's being presented now and shit? Now, anybody don't know what she was singing?
And she wasn't the one that blew, and she wasn't the one that blew the doors off. That was the Kennedy Center.
The Kennedy Center, yeah. Check that out too, man. Whew. That's at the beginning of this podcast. You check that out too.
She check out the whole show because actually it was CeCe Winans that blew the doors off that joint.
Yeah, CeCe Winans too. That's for sure. But Aretha Franklin though,
with Aretha being Aretha, you know, when Aretha dropped the fur, that was it.
She came out there singing.
She came out with the fur, then she sat down at the piano, then got up and dropped the fur, and she had Barack Obama in tears. I was like, damn.
Yeah, Barack Obama was there too.
Yeah, this was the Obama administration.
I don't like the fact that Obama don't be attending things now. She should still do some of that stuff, man. He's like an icon in our culture.
He busy building his library.
Some people ain't like him, huh?
He busy building that library.
They ain't really didn't like him. They just feel like he ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Then there is some black people that just didn't like him.
Like I said, there's a lot of black people that expected that man when he was a president to be the president of black people. He was, and I always say that he was just came out there just to be the president of black people. He would have never got that second term. It wouldn't have never happened. So
oh no!
He had to pivot. He had to pivot and run down the middle. And I mean, he had to govern down the middle. He had to govern everybody. And I mean, that's what he did. He did what he had to do.
Aretha Louise Franklin was born March 25th, 1942. She died August 2018. She was a singer, songwriter, and pianist too. Anybody don't know? Most of the song was more gospel though, right?
That's early days. Hell no.
I'm talking about most of the songs is
no.
She known for gospel singing, from gospel voice for sure.
Her father was a preacher. She put out a couple gospel albums.
Yeah, them joints.
She did a live joint, but Aretha is Queen of Soul.
I know that.
I mean, she's respect.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Chain. She's the morning I wake up.
And she's a songwriter too.
Yeah.
So don't forget she was a civil rights activist too. Anybody don't know? Aretha Franklin, she spoke out a lot.
She
for
traveled
black culture.
Her father. Well, it kind of came from her father. Her father was a traveling preacher. He's one of the most famous. He was one of the most famous preachers there was at the time. They call him the man with $1 million voice, and C.L.
Franklin.
He knew everybody, and everybody came through that house, even including Dr. Martin Luther King. And at one point, when she had went on the road, she was traveling with Dr. King. So
true,
you know.
She started off as a strong activist at a young age. Yeah. And she was 18 years old when she signed her first record deal with Columbia Records. 18 years old.
And they didn't know what to do with her. So she went to see my man Ahmet Ertegun at Atlantic Records and sent her down there with them white boys and muscle shows. And damn,
I never loved a man the way I love you.
That was with the muscle shows.
Mm-hmm.
They did her.
Chain.
A lot of like Atlantic.
Chain the food.
A lot of the soul singers on Atlantic.
That, boy. Stop that.
Atlantic and Stax at the time.
True.
Before the Barcades took over. A lot of them soul singers like her, Wilson Pickett, and
like I said,
lot of others went down to Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and they were shocked to see that band was all white and was one of the, I would say, besides the Barcades at that time.
True.
The Barcades and the Funk Brothers in Motown, they was the funkiest band.
Motown was the shit at one time. I'm talking Motown.
Baddest band out there.
Was Bad Boys. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was No Limit. Motown was the shit at one point. It was just like everybody black was flowing through there. That was any good.
Because,
you know what I'm saying?
Because at one point, the charts was dominated by two factions, and that was in the mid to late 60s. All the charts was dominated by Motown and the Beatles. It was Motown artists and the Beatles.
You're right.
That's when,
because Sammy Davis Jr. was mixed up in there a little bit,
but he was a pop artist. He was running around with
he was kind of wishy-washy. It's hard to say what he was doing, bro.
He was pop. He was like Frank Sinatra. He was. I
don't know, Cat. What you think, Sammy Davis? I don't know, man.
Sammy's a different cat.
That's what I'm saying. He kind of.
But that theme for Beretta, I love that song.
Oh yeah. I used to love Beretta. But what you think, Cat?
I wouldn't know how to classify Sammy. I mean,
Sammy is tough. Sammy is an entertainer. That's what Sammy was Michael Jackson before Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson. Sammy could do it all. Sammy could sing, dance, and Sammy could put on a show. Then,
because I think he wasn't like on Aretha Franklin type of. She had a, you know, she was talented. Like,
she had Aretha.
Nobody said motherfucker Sammy Davis Jr. had a nice voice before. He could sing. That's not it.
He sold a lot of records.
That's different.
But
Milli Vanilli sold a lot of records. But they one of them sung.
Aretha.
Yeah, one of them. But I ain't know she won a National Medal of Arts too, bro. The Presidential Medal of Freedom Award, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Bill Clinton,
and a gospel. I told you she did gospel.
I know she did gospel, but she didn't.
You don't win gospel awards, Hall of Fame and gospel. And you ain't get no gospel.
A lot of people won gospel awards.
No, Hall of Fame and gospel. She's a Hall of Fame
for basically 2 or 3 gospel albums.
Yeah, but they hit though, bro.
Yeah. I know. I listened to one of them and seen the video on the other one, but she could do it all. But
Aretha Franklin,
she could sing it all. I mean, the woman got up at the Grammys and sung, and I'm gonna try to pronounce the name of the song, but she stood in for Luciano Pavarotti and sung opera at the Grammys and absolutely tore it down. The woman can sing. That was the one thing that I would separate her and Whitney from. Her from Whitney.
Be careful. Be careful.
Whitney, look.
Be careful when you play with my girl.
I love Whitney to death.
Don't do it.
I love Whitney to death.
Leave her out of this.
But it's places, it's places that Aretha can go. That Aretha, just like when they tried to compare Whitney and Mariah, it's a place that Whitney can go that Mariah can't get there. And if you don't believe me, you go on YouTube and you dial up that performance she did.
Curry got one little thing she might can do that nobody else.
She got a high octave. She got a high octave.
Yeah,
when she got that high octave. She got that. That's
Whitney?
Not enough. That's not enough to take out Whitney. Whitney will blow her out.
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Overall, Whitney is.
What you think, Cap? Before we get even move on for the Black Lady of the Week,
between Whitney and Mariah.
Whitney and Mariah, hell,
give me Whitney.
No. No, you got anything to say about my girl Reef Franklin before we move on?
Oh, I mean, she was definitely a legend, definitely a legend. So, I mean, what else can you say? You read off her accolades there. I mean, what else can be said about her? She's a good choice for. Is this
Cocoa?
Why was she chosen? Why was she chosen for this week? Was it a birthday or just?
No, now I forgot about that. There's some news coming up, lady, that like her will was found in a couch.
One of her wills. She had like 3 or 4 of them.
And her family was trying to fight over the money and all that, and she finally got a settlement. I think the daughter got it.
This is something.
This is crazy, bro. I hate stuff like that.
I'm glad you brought that up because this is something that I don't understand. When you are that rich, you that famous, and you got kids, you got family, siblings, or whatever. Mm-hmm. How you don't? Whitney did
the latest weather forecast app for 2023.
No, she had a will now. She had one.
I mean, but it should have been disputed. It shouldn't have been 4 different wills and it been disputed. How you don't have all?
She had one on a couch,
right? How you don't have well, Michael Jackson had his affairs in order. Prince didn't. Prince and
Prince ain't.
And I'm like, ready. Prince, dude, he got so much music out there and so much money coming in. People think that Prince has got a limited amount of stuff that he wrote in his name. They don't know how many aliases he got. Jamie Starr, the kid, and it's like 3. He had like 5 or 6 different names he wrote under that he still gets residuals and royalties to. How you don't have that in order? Aretha Franklin, how you don't have that in order? True. And it was somebody else that passed. Whitney had hers in order because he left everything to Bobby Christina.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of artists that I don't understand. When you have that much, you're supposed to have that. You supposed to have that in order, ironclad. Ain't no taking this to court. You getting this, that, and the third, and keep it moving.
Yeah. Well, they finally settled that joint. Yeah, that's crazy right there.
Well, I found the will in the couch. Okay, what if somebody threw the couch out and never found the will?
That would have been crazy. But you gotta remember when people pass, you probably setting that stuff up for that, but you're not fully finished yet, and then you die. You know what I'm saying? It's like, But that's the black. Oh, Cap, you got something to say?
No.
That's our cocoa butter lady of the week for sure.
That lady.
That's my girl.
Who's that lady?
Now, what we're about to get into now is the top 5, right?
Oh yeah,
it's something we do.
I forgot about that.
We're going into the top 5.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do this.
Tony #1 soul brother. Top 5. Now this week, top 5 Tony #1 soul brother is going to be the top 5 political ads in history, right?
Yeah, these ads had some
that actually work and
worked in their campaigns and
a winner.
Yeah,
a winner.
Yes. All right. Look, some of these ads or some of these numbers, I had to combine a few ads because they kind of like went together. Mm. They were like 2 different ads, but they basically went together. But we'll get to that.
Now, these are campaigns that won I mean,
yeah.
Oh, okay. These are ads that actually work.
Okay, that you tell me. All right. Y'all, both of y'all tell me. Number 5 is a combo. It's from George W. Bush. It's the windsurfing ad. This was the ad that had John Kerry out on a windsurfing machine, going in all kind of different directions, and basically was them saying what they were saying about him being a flip flopper, that you don't know which direction he gonna go. He going which way the wind blow. Mm-hmm. And I combined that with the Swift boat ads that really, these 2 ads put together really did a number on did a number on John Kerry.
Blown up bodies. That was part of the torture, was to sign a statement that you had committed war crimes. Raised villages.
But I think Go ahead. That right
That was
there.
that's the Swift boat.
That
ad.
was a problem.
That was a problem. Even though they lied.
That was
it came
a tough
out,
ad, bro. I don't know if you're saying campaign ads that this is a hard hitting ad. This is supposed to be an ad
it was effective, and they
got you. Okay.
Yeah, all of these was effective.
That Swift boat
was designed to do a number.
I don't know the flip flop thing. I don't know, but that Swift boat joint.
The Swift boat one
was a problem. I think that's Swift boated him. Come think of it,
because they had his own crew lie on him, and that wasn't good. That was a tough ad.
What you think, Cap? That was a tough ad.
Yeah, I remember the Swift boat ad. That was tough. Yeah, that was tough.
Did you think that propelled them to a win?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it definitely hurt. I think it definitely hurt. Yeah,
that hurt.
That hurt.
That was one of the toughest ads. I could name a lot, but I don't know what's on your list, so I don't want to fuck that up.
All right.
But I know a lot. That's a tough ad. That goes on the top list of that really uprooted his motherfucking campaign. Bro.
Yeah. And it wasn't true.
Something like the when Main Man came over with the joint on Hillary with the what's it, Comey? Just uprooted. This is over.
Yeah.
It's like, once that happens, it's just over. It's like, there's a lot of things that can happen that what they call that October surprise or some shit.
Something like that.
Yeah. I got there's that movie. I haven't, you remind me, I gotta watch that.
What's that?
Right. So number
what movie is that?
It's I think it's a series. It's about the whole Comey rule or something like that. It's called that.
Yeah. I know.
All right. So number 4. So we going to from a ad that hurt to an ad that definitely helped. It was Bill Clinton's Man from the Man from Hope ad, and this one came out when Bill was. People don't know Bill was down in the polls. Bill was like last, and he had all this stuff coming out about him. What was it, Jennifer Flowers and the sending out the police to pick up women, and he had a lot of stuff going against him at the time, and he was down in the polls, and he put
Something brought him back, and so he was down.
That's when he was down, and he pulled it back.
I think Ross Perot was in this thing or something.
Ross Perot was in that election. They blamed Ross Perot for. But
that's why
that Man from Hope, that was an ad that.
It was in 1963 that I went to Washington and met President Kennedy at the Boys Nation program. And I remember just thinking what an incredible country this was, that somebody like me, had no money or anything, would be given the opportunity to meet the president. That's when I decided.
You gotta think about the time it was in and the time that was going on. It was the time that when this ad came out, that he was that way down in the polls, and it was around this time when he really introduced himself, and the Hope thing, and he from Hope, Arkansas, and it really kind of introduced us, because up to then he was Slick Willie.
Yeah, and plus the brother was fucking his campaign up too. I remember something like that. His brother was doing something. He was drunk or something. I don't know what he was doing. He's high or some shit.
Mm-hmm. And you remember they did, and for a long time they called him the man, Bill Clinton, the Man from Hope.
I think his brother was stealing stuff or something. I don't know what he was doing.
I don't know. He might have been light fingers.
You don't remember? Oh, Bubba. What, his brother named Bubba or some shit?
Should they call Bill Bubba?
No, his name was
they called Bill Bubba.
No, his brother was Roger.
Roger Clinton, yeah. What you think about that, Cap?
I don't remember that at all. I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't remember that.
I kind of remember it.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you. I don't remember.
I remember the name, Hope. I remember that part of the slogan.
All right.
But like you said, I don't really remember.
But I got one at 3. If y'all don't remember that one, y'all ain't gonna remember this one. But this was back in the day. This was a real powerful ad because it scared the hell out of everybody, and that was the Daisy ad.
Oh yeah.
And that's when people was concerned about nukes. You had I don't know, I think it was after the Cuban Missile Crisis and all this other stuff, and You know, people building bomb shelters in their house. And this, I mean, back in the day, this scared a lot of people. So let's take a look at the Daisy ad.
That's true.
And with all that nuke shit going around now with over there in Russia, shit, that ad might play today.
No bullshit.
All the nuke shit with Russia and North Korea, Iran trying to get a bomb.
2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 8, 9,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
These are the stakes to make a world in which all of God's children can live.
You think about that joint, Cat?
Man, you guys are going way back. I barely remember that. One, but I think I kind of remember being scared about that. So
that shook up everything too.
Yeah, that was a powerful ad.
Because we still scared of what Japan was doing because they just bombed. What was that over there? Was that Hawaii? They hit something.
Oh, that's Pearl Harbor. You going back to that now, but shit, you didn't have
so
TV.
we was just scared.
Yeah, that was around the time, like I said,
especially we were scared of
you had the Cuban
bombs.
You had atomic bombs, you had the Cuban Missile Crisis, you had, you know.
Wait a minute. When was that? When was that ad?
That was nice.
That ad
that was in '64.
Yeah.
That was
okay. Then I don't remember.
That was around the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Okay, that was okay. I thought that was like in the '80s or something.
That one real old.
Okay, I'm not that old.
That's why I said I knew y'all won't remember that one.
That's when they was putting kids under the desk and all that stuff.
Yeah. Under the desk.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. And 2 is a combo. It was the revolving door and Willie Horton ads by what was that? The Bush.
That one should have been number 1 right there. But go ahead.
What was the revolving door?
The revolving door one is basically a Willie Horton ad because it was both against Dukakis, and the revolving door ad was basically the same thing he said about Willie Horton without mentioning Willie Horton, that he, murderers was getting weekend furloughs and
you talking about when he say
and going out and killing people
and all that good stuff.
The food
It
stamps?
was
that was Reagan and welfare queens. He did that in
Okay.
a speech.
Okay.
I remember that. I remember that.
Slashed and terrorized.
That was Ronald
My
Reagan.
wife Angie was brutally raped. When his liberal experiment failed, Dukakis simply looked away. He also vetoed the death penalty bill. Regardless of the election, we worry that people don't know enough about Mike Dukakis.
See, those ads basically, especially that Willie
Mike
Horton
Dukakis
ad,
and Willie Horton changed our lives
sunk
forever.
Michael
He was
Dukakis.
serving a life
It was
term
no
without
coming back from
possibility
that.
for parole.
That's true.
When Governor Dukakis gave him.
That's why I agree with you on most of these joints so far, because they did fuck up the campaign. Whoever they was going up against,
and
really
Bush,
torpedoed their shit,
and
bro.
what those ads did to Dukakis was, I mean, it was.
Yeah, when they had that
I
drum
think
with the helmet on his head or some shit, that fucked them up.
I think what they did to Dukakis was worse than what Swiftboat did to John Curry. Swiftboat tore Curry ass up, but Curry still had a chance, and Curry beat Bush, and I think Curry beat Bush in the popular vote. But
most of his problem was his vice president.
But in John Edwards, no, he didn't have. Did he have Edwards?
Yeah, what's his name? That fool that was wishy-washy in between Democrat and Independent.
Oh, Lieberman. Yeah,
Jeez.
that
blew it.
Yeah,
that blew it right there.
But them ads they put out against Dukakis,
that was torturous.
It was over long before the voting even took place. Dukakis didn't even have a chance.
What you think, Cat?
I agree that ad right there blew him out the water. He was no recovering from that.
It was right because he had it. I mean, and
then some people don't think ads work. They really do, bro.
That ad.
I think they did back then. I don't know if they had. I don't know if they matter anymore. I don't think they work.
That ad don't have to work now because what that ad did And the repercussions of that ad are felt today in prisoners and prisons around this country. See, if you are a lifer, and if you are a lifer, no matter what the parole board says, the governor of that state has to sign off on your parole. And if you are a lifer, especially no matter how much you have rehabilitated yourself, especially in an election year, to this day, governors will not sign off on lifers for parole because of that ad, because they do not want to take the chance
when they run for re-election.
Them being of a Willie Horton ad being put against it, especially in this state. Because I know a lot of people that, like I said, I don't make no bones about it. I've been in twice. And I know a lot of people who deserved a second chance, should have got a second chance, but they do not get a second chance. And it's mainly because of stuff like that ad right there, where there is no governor that is going to put his name on the line to put someone, a lifer or someone who might kill somebody or something, or rapist or whatever, back on the street. And then they commit a crime, and then the first thing they said, well, how did he was locked up, how did he get out? Well, he was paroled. Well, we know that he might have got parole, but if the governor didn't sign off on it, he wouldn't have got it. And that is a repercussion from, and that ad was back in the 80s. And that is still felt to this day. It's a lot of guys that's sitting in prison today and will never get out because of that ad.
That was a crucial ad in American history, for real. It was like, that was a bomb.
You know what? That should have been number one. Come to think about it, with the repercussions. I mean, because you got people that's affected by that ad that wasn't even born when that ad came out. You know, and like I say, someone may deserve to be there, but there's a few that deserve a second chance, that work for a second chance. But just because it's governors around the country that don't want to be Willie Horton, if you know, to say they'll never get out.
True. What can be number one then?
It's my man, the Barack Obama. Yes, we can ad. Now this ad was a YouTube ad, and they took his "Yes We Can" speech, put it to music, and had basically musicians like will.i.am and so forth. They was rapping to it, but it was a ad that he put out, his campaign put out when he was trailing Hillary, because a lot of people think he just came out and smoked Hillary. When at the time, Hillary was the anointed, and everybody and everybody thought it was, well, Hillary will get her, it's Hillary's turn. She'll get her 8, and then he'll get the 8. And then a lot of people felt that he jumped the line.
True.
And he was behind until you had people like Ted Kennedy and so on and so forth that endorsed him instead of Hillary.
Yeah, that was huge. I think that was before he passed away. He jumped up and endorsed him. Yeah, that swung a lot of super delegates over too. Yeah,
it was him and Caroline Kennedy.
All the super delegates start swinging over. That was really fucking. The super delegates wanted for him.
Yeah, but that was an ad that it energized a lot of young people, because up until that point, the younger people, they really didn't have a candidate, and he became
engaged like that.
Right. Okay, that's the word. They wasn't engaged. And then when you started, you put out you take his speech, put it to music, and then you have some of the hottest artists of the time, and you put it on one of the hottest platforms. That was one of the things I would say shift this campaign and allow him to come back and eventually beat Hillary.
Now, when he first said "Yes We Can," it was in a motherfucking debate between him and Hillary. I think what's in the Edwards in it? You don't remember Edwards?
John Edwards, the freak.
He said, inspired the American people to do better. And I think we're in one of those moments right now. I think the American people are hungry for something different and can be mobilized around big changes, not incremental changes, not small changes. I actually give Bill Clinton enormous credit for having balanced those budgets during those years. It did take political courage for him to do that. But we never built the majority and coalesced the American people around being able to get the other stuff done. And, so the truth is actually words do inspire. Words do help people get involved. Words do help members of Congress get into power so that they can be part of a coalition to deliver healthcare reform, to deliver a bold energy policy. Yeah, don't discount that power, because when the American people are determined that something is going to happen, then it happens. And if they are disaffected and cynical and fearful and told that it can't be done, then it doesn't. I'm running for president because I want to tell them, yes, we can. And that's why I think they're responding in such large numbers.
And that's when he started the Yes We Can campaign. And that really blew his whole, and again, you might be right on that. That Yes We Can joint started a whole...
It started a movement.
Yeah.
And it was a movement, it was, put it like this, it was a movement that put a black man in the White House.
It just went, it did get over the top.
So,
Yes We Can did get, it did get to a point where it's annoying as fuck. Yeah. That was a huge, was huge. Yeah.
But, doing this list,
that was huge.
I realized one thing, that you had positive and negative ads both in here, and both work.
That made a difference.
Yeah, and both work.
What you think about Yes We Can, though, Cap? The whole premise of that campaign.
I don't know about being number one to me, but I certainly, I watched and I agree that campaign, his whole campaign, as far as utilizing the internet, which was kind of fairly new at the time, swung him in that direction. But he blew her out in the debates. From what I kind of remember, and the documentaries that I saw, he kind of won the debates, and really was the young people's getting behind. Yes, that speech, and getting behind that speech. Yeah, so I think it's certainly definitely one of them. Yeah.
I think, that's a tough one there, because he did accomplish a lot. Once that thing started rolling, that was rolling.
Yeah, when he started rolling, when his campaign started rolling, it started with that Kennedy, with the Kennedy endorsement.
Yeah,
that
it was
right there down. It was downtown somewhere when they.
I think the super delegates started jumping around.
After that,
and that was curious too. Why did they get off? That's curious. Yeah. That's
because it was a like he just said, that Yes We Can joint turned their kids into people that vote for Trump, Obama, forcing their mothers to change their mind and their fathers to change their minds.
That's mothers and fathers, but why the super delegates?
They who the super delegates were. Like some of the
super delegates,
some of the congressmen, some of the
super delegates didn't start to jump till.
Yeah, but those people are all guided by big money. They're guided by oil companies.
Tuesday, till it was time for the when he hit the threshold, when he started to hit the threshold, super delegates started to jump. But what really got
I think he won about 60 delegates.
Yeah, but really gave the campaign a jump. It was not more so.
But they left him. They was already with him. I mean, with her. But they left her and switched to him.
Right.
That's why
what I'm saying. What gave the campaign a jump was it wasn't so much of Ted Kennedy. It was Caroline Kennedy, John Kennedy's daughter, which she had a I ain't gonna say a hole, but she had an in with the younger voters. And when she convinced, which was her to convince Ted to switch from Hillary to Obama. Exactly. And that's what really gave a lot of other people that
he said
wanted to support him. Speech. Yeah, that wanted to support him. It's like it's the same way like with Trump, but on a lesser level, I'll say, because at that time a lot of people supported Hillary, but would have liked to openly support Obama. But basically they were saying it was Hillary's turn. And that's why, the Clintons got mad at a lot of people at that time. And it's the same way with Trump now. A lot of people would like to
Trump
support somebody else.
Right or wrong, Cap? Who gonna be the
Trump
Republican nominee?
I don't know. Probably DeSantis. Probably.
Hold on, what?
DeSantis.
He's down about 40 points. There's no way possible he's gonna win a Republican nominee. My dark horse, Cap, is Tim Scott. Okay, I've been telling my man.
Tim Scott. Okay.
Since the beginning. Okay, all right.
Hey, that's what I said.
Y'all think it's funny? I don't know, dog.
Hey,
he's gonna be the only person left in this race going up against Trump.
Like I say,
Nah, you don't think DeSantis could pull it out?
No, he's down about 40 points. Eventually, he's gonna have to drop out. There's nothing he can do. You can't. There's no more money. They're gonna switch their money to Tim Scott.
Look,
Tim Scott don't stand a chance. He don't stand a chance.
It's like this.
I don't think so.
It's like this. Trump voted.
Is DeSantis really down by 40 points?
Yeah, he's down by almost 50.
Not good.
It's almost 50.
I got him dropping out within the next week and a half.
Why is he so well disliked? Why is he so disliked in this campaign?
Because
first of all, the Disney thing hurt him. You can't be playing with Disney when it's Republican or Democrat. They don't want you messing up Disney. Like, come on.
Well, shit, Disney fucked up now. Disney talk about selling ABC and ESPN. Disney all fucked up.
He took a lot of money from him. He took a lot of tourist money. He took a lot of money from
Disney all fucked up now.
So that's one problem.
But
here's the problem.
Hard on abortion, right? So when he comes nationally, the numbers drop. You feel me?
Well, you think that Trump is going to survive? You think Trump's going to survive?
Nominee. But see, this is the thing.
Easy. He gonna have the easiest cakewalk if he don't get locked up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You think he's going to survive all this legal troubles? That's right.
I mean, he got to turn himself in. What, Thursday?
I don't think he's going to survive it. I just don't think he's going to jail.
He got summons for Thursday, so you'll see if he go in there Thursday.
I don't think he's going to jail. I think it'll be. I don't think
it's
jail.
He's taking out of everything,
but I don't think there's no way he ever see the inside of a jail cell. I don't.
Well, we talking about running for president. Do he continue doing that?
Oh,
I don't think nothing stop him.
No, ain't nothing gonna stop him because he even said he gonna run from inside of jail cell. I just don't never think. I
don't want to
see imagine that. You imagine that.
I just don't think. I don't
want to see that now. I think about that.
I don't think this country. I don't think nobody in this country would really want to take it to that extreme where you will actually put an ex-president in jail
right now.
Yeah, that'd be a huge mistake.
He would win a nomination for Republican easily.
That's no.
Now, if it's just him and Biden, then we don't know what can fucking happen.
I think
at all anything.
I think everybody is willing to go anything with Trump up into putting him in jail. Once you cross that line that you can put a president or ex-president in jail, ain't no coming back from crossing that line.
True.
Because
you gotta remember.
Remember when he knew he was down to Biden in the polls, and he tried to send them people out there and told them to go arrest Joe Biden because he basically wanted that on film and he wanted to put the man in jail. And they would not cross that line. I think that is a line they won't cross. I think they'll go everything up into it. I just don't think they'll cross it. That's why I don't think he'll never see the inside of jail.
Oh no, he's not going to jail. He's gonna keep running for president.
He's gonna keep running for president.
That's the
they don't care because he know he's not going to jail, and he know they can't stop him.
Number one soul brother, top 5 ads that made a difference. I don't know, man. I just think that the Orton joint was perfect. But I don't know. I just think it's wishy-washy with the Yes You Can joint. I don't know. It was a movement though, so I give you that. That one
because I picked that one because he got young people at that time behind him like probably no other president since Kennedy. They got the younger vote, and with ads like that, remember 2008, people was energized. Not just young black voters, but young white voters and young Hispanic voters, and people was energized. And they was eager to vote for that man. So I mean, but I see what y'all saying too. That Willie Horton ad was a monster.
It was.
That Willie Horton.
That Swift boat joint was tough too.
Swift boat was tough too.
That Swift boat. That shit was tough.
You can't lie about being a veteran, brother.
But they
exposed him.
Yeah, you
but
can't do that, bro.
It turned out that they lied. That the people.
I mean,
they
slurred
lied.
some of the truth. Yeah. So, but that's the top 5 Tony number 1 soul brother ass for sure.
What time is it? Oh my goodness!
For sure.
Get this.
Appreciate you, Cap, man, for tuning in joint tonight. You got something to say before we dip up out of here tonight?
Nah, brother. Thanks for having me, man. Good conversation, man. I gotta look. Listen, man. I've been in school, man. So I'm kind of rusty on my politics. I didn't realize DeSantis was down that much, man. But
yeah,
it's crazy.
It's tough.
I don't think Trump. I can't see Trump surviving this, man. Politically, I agree he should not be. I agree he should not be put in jail. I agree with that. But I can't see people who would vote for this man if he's indicted and all. This is crazy, man.
I know.
I think he'll survive it. He'll survive.
It's like a banana republic, man. This is all the stuff we crack about, other countries and stuff. And here we are doing
survive it in the primaries because over half of the party is Trump supporters.
Well, that doesn't matter to me. The party doesn't matter. You still got to win the independents.
You get to the general election. Yeah. There's no way because he's polling at damn near zero with independents.
No. Once you're there, you never know, bro.
Yeah, though, but he need independence to win. Anybody need independence to win.
You never know.
And he's polling next to nothing with independence, and that's.
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna come down to debates with 2 old men going at it, and who win those debates is gonna make a big difference. To be honest with you.
I'll tell you what, if it's Tim Scott, man, Tim Scott, he's sharp, man. He's
gonna be a problem.
He's gonna be a problem, but I don't see him getting there. I don't see him getting
Sanchez to Tim Scott. It's gonna be a problem. I'm trying to tell you, he gonna have to put up a fight. Appreciate you, Cat.
All right, no problem.
A whole lot for stepping into the politics for sure.
Yep.
Former police officer, captain, police officer of police force for sure, giving us his point of view from a police officer point of view and a black man. Why yet? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And check out this book right here for anybody don't know.
Oh yeah, man. Put the book. Put the book up.
Check out that book right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From a black police officer point
and look at y'all, it's hot out there. Y'all start beating that damn heat. Shit, do like I do. I stay in all day. It's too damn hot.
Holler at your boys
right
each
on
and every Tuesday night.
We'll be back next Tuesday.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. The hood view, you know? Representation of black